Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, August 5th, 2024. Almost said 2021. 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi, and our energy mantra for today is I align my inner focus and my inner evolution with the energy of love. And here we are. As of this recording, we have not had Venus move into Virgo, and we have not yet had Mercury go retrograde. But, tonight, Sunday night, as I'm recording this, it will happen. And for Monday, we will have these energies working us. We also have a Venus-focused yod. So I was saying to my patron group, I was like, I can't believe I didn't mention it, although the information still came through. So we have Neptune in Pisces and Pluto in Aquarius feeding into Venus, which as of Monday will be at 0, but it's right on this bridge because we have Neptune at that 29 and Pluto at that 0. It's the bridge of Leo and Virgo. It's the bridge of the heart and the mind. And this is where this Mercury retrograde is happening as well. So to me, it feels like we're being reminded, the finger of God, the finger of fate. It's like a big neon, in my mind, it's always pink. It's a neon pink finger being like, this is important. Are you paying attention to this? Pay attention to this. So this bridging. In this case, we have Venus moving from Leo into Virgo. And in this case, it feels like, hey, Virgo is going to enhance your mental state, but make sure that you bring your heart with you, that you bring that heart consciousness, that you bring the love consciousness with you into this energy. So that to me is this finger of fate. Now, at the same time, it has Pluto and Neptune feeding in, which could feed karmic situations. And can you, for any karmic challenging situations that pop up, any from any lifetime, ones that stress you out or pull on your power, can you apply love as a balm? Now, this doesn't mean that you don't set boundaries, and it doesn't mean that you don't say what needs to be said. Sometimes those things that don't necessarily feel so loving are very much loving for yourself and for others. It doesn't mean not doing those things, but it just calls in that force of love to help you move through whatever is coming up for you. So here we go with that Venus yod. Now, we begin the day on Monday with Venus and Pluto in that exact inconjunct. And gosh, what is it? The quote by Jimi Hendrix, like, if we could understand, the power of love, it would overcome the love of power. And I think we all need to, remember that. It's wonderful to be lovingly powerful. Many can forget that in their quest for power, right? And so this is a reminder to all of us to be lovingly powerful. And, that inconjunct is like, I don't know how to do this exactly. And I think what I just said, to apply love as a balm, to bring love into any circumstance, is the way forward, is the way how, right? And it's going to take experience to do this. I also think it's really interesting because we have Venus in Virgo, and Virgo really is about reality, what's happening right here in the here and now. And Aquarius energy, where Pluto still is very much the vibrational energy. And so it's recognizing that, yes, we need to do this work in the physical. We also have to do this energetically, empower the energetics of love. So that's what I'm seeing in this inconjunct that we're waking up to. We also wake up to Moon and Uranus in a square. So we have the Moon finishing up in Leo, where we just had this new moon energy, and it's squaring Uranus. So the morning might feel a little triggery. We're also in our second evolution day of Sun in Leo. And so inner child, ego, lazy lion may all feel a little triggered in this energy. I do have the laziness card today, so there may be some of that. We then have the moon go into its void of course state, which just feels drifty, I think, is how I kind of feel in it a lot of times. It doesn't feel as solid. So, it just might not be a super motivational day. We also have Venus hanging out at 0 for a large part of the day. So things just might be a little bit wonkified. It's wonkified. The moon will move into Virgo 2:15 about p.m. Pacific time. Moon into Virgo brings another layer of focus. So now we're going to have the moon, Venus, and Mercury all hanging out in Virgo. Watch your focus and see if you can bring that focus back and around to love, even if you're feeling frustrations in and through this day. Hocus pocus, you get to decide your focus. You get to decide what your mind wants to fixate on. And oftentimes the mind is like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And, there's time for that. But there's also time for you to direct it around. So recognize that you can do this. Moon will meet up with Venus. Now, Moon and Venus is an interesting connection. Sometimes it can be like, yes, I feel like a goddess. I feel wonderful. I feel joyful. And other times it can make you feel puny. And it kind of just depends where you're at in regards to your own personal state of Venusness, your personal worth, your self-esteem, your love for yourself, your love for others. The moon can reveal that which is hidden. And so if you, again, just kind of continue feeling a little wonk today, it makes sense. But when we have the moon and Venus together, it's a great time to nurture yourself, nourish yourself, tend to yourself, care for yourself. Virgo likes to be of service. Venus in Virgo loves to be of service. You may find yourself wanting to serve others. And maybe that is the way to do that. Actually, that happened to me last week. I was just feeling blah. And I was like, I feel like I just need to do something good to shift this blah. And I found a GoFundMe that felt aligned. It was somebody that I have donated to in the past, and I did a little donation there because it just felt like I needed to shift myself. And it was a shift moment. So you may find that with this energy that you want to be of service to others, but that moon Venus is definitely a call to be of service to yourself. As we end the evening, we have the moon and Mercury also connecting. This can bring beautiful ahas, but this might be a really good time to clarify what you want to focus on through the next about 3 weeks of this Mercury retrograde energy. Like I said, it is bridging Virgo and Leo again. So this mind-heart connection, but like, what's your focus? How do you want to focus this mind-heart connection and bring it into a more, everyday thing for yourself? Everyday energy, everyday experience. For this week ahead, we got a little wonk in here, but not anything too much going on. The 4th took care of most of those energies. We've got a few inconjuncts, so we're going to work on finding ways for these planets to see eye to eye, right? We can help them. We can support them. Now, I want to tell you something interesting. So I have in the cards today the nothingness card. This keeps showing up. And I was listening to an Abraham, and it was talking about how God is in the nothingness. Spirit, source is in the emptiness, the nothingness. And it just was so profound. I went back to try to find it, and I couldn't find it. But it's a reminder of the field of possibility that happens in the nothingness. And so to make time, like Virgo can want to stay busy, but to make time to connect to the nothingness, to listen to connect to God, that's a beautiful, beautiful energy. So because this keeps showing up and because that got my attention so strongly, I wanted to bring your attention and awareness to it. Like I said, we've got the laziness card. This is always a card of a reminder to daydream that good things are happening, to let the good things happen. The completion card is the world card. And so it's like, hey, there's some I would say with all of these cards, I'm pulling a different card, slowing down. Where is it? Where is my nothingness card? It's in the nothingness. With this card, abundance, laziness, completion. These are all cards of like divine possibility potentially coming into fruition. I mentioned last week we had the 9 and the 10 of Pentacles. This is the King of Pentacles. And while it's a call to balance in the physical and, aw, little wolf. Stay away from the fire. Good girl. That's not for you. Good girl. She's becoming such a good listener. Or she's experienced fire enough times that she's learned, right? But between all of these cards, I don't know, it feels like fruition. It feels like what you desire coming in and being offered, especially as you connect to the nothingness and the possibility of all this. We also have the Rebel. We're breaking through some old ways of being in and through this. And I think as we break through these old levels, the universe is like, okay, you're leveling up. Here we go. So just keep this all in mind, because there's much potential for good. So I'm going to leave that here for today. You can book a reading. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. The mini text readings also available. Just message me and we can get that set up. And besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are, for you are the solution. Namaste.